Hey, hey. Hi, friends. How's it going? Look who I got to come play with me today.
Hi.
Over there. Becky. My girl, Becky. Becky, you went away the beginning of June, or was it May? June.
June.
For a month, right?
Yeah. Well, almost a month. Yeah.
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 And I don't think we had sold together for
Well, almost a
a
month.
while before that, maybe.
Sorry about that. Yeah. There. Fixed it.
Oh, the echo.
Yeah. Well, my volume was on my phone. And I like to watch on the phone too to make sure I'm
Oh,
not missing anything in chat.
yeah.
So, yeah.
So we haven't, I mean, we were selling a lot together, and then you got busy with your Saturday show with Aaron
Yeah.
and Anitra and a couple other places. So I don't think we've been able to sell together in at least a couple months.
Well, and I started a Thursday show on my channel, and that's at 7 p.m. Pacific time. So that's been a lot too. So, but I'm getting back into the whole routine of everything. So it's been
Good.
kind of nice.
Good. And I love selling with you. I mean, you and I always have a good time. You know, we have I don't know. We have similar items. We a little bit more now, but we've always done well together. I like working with you, so I've been wanting to have you back on Wednesdays for a while, and here you are. Here you are. Hi, Dandy. I see you over there. You are. I'm sorry. The gardeners are. Oh Lord. So we had a gardener and they did a whole cleanup of the yard, it hadn't been touched in over a year. And then when it got hard after the rains, they quit. So we just started over with a brand new gardener who had to clear out the whole yard all over again. And I have terrible allergies this year, and everything that's green and pollinated and dirty has all been cut down all around the house. So I apologize, y'all. Dandy, what are you doing? Washing dishes and shipping, but you're here. Yay, Dandy. Becky, you guys are neighbors, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I need to meet up with her, but yeah. So I
I,
hear.
if I could meet up with Dandy in person, I'd do it in a hot second. She is just a special, kind person. Her and I get on like gangbusters on Fridays. So I will do a preamble. Becky's on her phone, I think.
I'm
This
trying to
is
share it, but
oh,
it's being
thank you, Becky. This is Wednesdays. I got to move that light back there. That's obnoxious. This is Wednesdays Vintage Vendors. Usually every other week it would be Miss Karen chasing vintage with me, but she is away. I think she's actually at a Beach Boys concert right now, either in Texas or Oklahoma with her family. So and she was like, I'll cancel. You know, I didn't realize. And I'm like, no, you're not. Go have fun with your family. I can be alone. I can find someone. And, I just hit up Becky, and Becky was like, sure, because we sell a lot together. So she's not here. Becky's here, and that's great. I ship from the San Francisco Bay Area or Mendocino County. I'm currently in the San Francisco Bay Area. I usually hold boxes for 2 to 3 weeks. If you win something and you want your items sooner, you need to just say that in an email and I'll get it out to you. But there's always a 2 or 3 week lag, and that is to save you on shipping and me on time with the invoicing, because that's the grunt work of this business. And the more that I can put in one box, the more that you're going to save on shipping and the more time I'm going to save. So it's a win-win for all. The next time I will be doing invoicing and shipping is the third week of July. Okay. I'll be gone all next week, and I will not be responding to any kind of business if I'm going on vacation. I use pirate ship like we all do to get you the best deal. And Becky, how's about you, my dear?
Yeah, I use pirate ship as well and PayPal to invoice, and Yeah, I'm going to be working
Right.
on my invoices. So
Me
a little
too.
later from the other part of the week. And I will probably be invoicing probably this sale too at the same time. But, I'm going to be having my sale tomorrow on Thursday. So at 7 p.m. Pacific time. And then Aaron Proctor will be on Saturday at, time are we? 3 p.m. Pacific. Yeah, 3 p.m. Pacific time. And so I might just hold off on invoicing today and tomorrow until after the Saturday show with Aaron. So that seems to work out pretty good when I do that. And I've started back up my whatnots too. And I'm having a whatnot show on this Friday at 8 p.m. And I'm having them on Monday as my regular day at 8 p.m. So
Right. Monday at 8, but this Friday at 8 because they're are they doing now? Are they doing a special promotion for buyers over the 4th
I
of July?
think it's just the sellers. I'm not sure about the buyers, but that would be
Maybe.
interesting to figure out.
I mean, yeah, I would go check it out, y'all, because it is 4th of July, and all kinds of places do huge sales at this time. So I would see what Whatnot's doing. And Becky, if any of you do not know Becky and are not subscribed to her, please go subscribe to her. I will try to drop her link. Or Becky, you're a mod. Are you not a mod? I think you're a blue mod. And if not, I'll make you one. But she has wonderful glass, ceramics. She has fabulous items. So please go subscribe to my friend Becky. And I'm going to stand up and move this light angled a little away. It's just glaring right into the computer, which is just not necessary.
Yep, I'm a mod. Have to check. Let's see. I'm going to try and get my link up here.
Yeah, I thought you were, because anyone who sells with me, I tend to just go right ahead and make them blue.
And that's so helpful too.
Yeah. In order to drop your link, put out your information, all that stuff.
Hey, there's my link.
Yay. So
Yay.
go follow Becky. And I'm at 256 subscribers. So that's huge for me. My first video ever came up in a recommendation to watch last week because I finally had that many views while live. So I'm making inroads, people, but I can always use being shared out and more subscribers. So, and I'm not trying to monetize my channel. I just want to reach more people. That's really the goal, is reaching more people who are interested in what I sell. So on Wednesdays, I sell higher end vintage and antique items. On Fridays, I have my show and tell vintage jewelry sales, vintage and antique, and some cool, funky contemporary. So Fridays is at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, and Wednesdays is always at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. We have brought 18 items each today, and we're going to do 2 at a time. And if you see something, if you come in late and you see something, I'll say this a few times. If you fast forward and you see something and you're curious, drop it in the chat for us. We'll bring it up before a speed round. No need to wait till the end, okay? You can always just say, hey, what about that? I'm interested. We'll stop when appropriate. We'll count it down. We'll see if anyone else bids. It just saves everyone time. And of course, you can always email us and get to us later if that doesn't happen. So let me put us in the correct format and bring Becky over. And footnote, everyone, I'm very tired. So if I sound rushed or I stumble on my words, I apologize. My father took an ambulance ride last night and I just didn't get, he's home. He's okay. But I just didn't get quite enough sleep. So I apologize. Bear with me if I'm not my usual up and perky self here and there.
Yeah, and I'm at 294 subscribers, so I'm trying really hard to get over that 300 bump. But yeah, like I said, you said, I'm not really trying to get monetized, but the more people you have in here and know about you, the better, we can share our wonderful items with everybody. So
Yeah. Right on, Becky. Almost 300. That's fantastic. Good for you, girl.
Yeah, and I really enjoy the chat on here. It's a really nice community.
It is. It's I say it all the time. It's my mental health relief. It's we chat and we talk about things that we all just enjoy without all the negative, terrible things that are happening in our world. It's just a space for laughter, enjoyment, learning, and collecting. And I love it. And everyone's kind.
Yes.
Everyone's kind and sharing and fair. And, so that makes my day.
Well, and I put up some YouTube and Instagram videos about like the Chihuly glass that I went and saw when I was up in Washington State, and just different videos. And I put up videos of my mom's skunks outside the back door.
Yeah.
If anybody didn't see those are kind of fun.
I need to go check that out. I love that.
Yeah, her skunks are so cute. Anyway, well, my first item, number one, and all my items are numbered, and I just have starting bids on all mine. That way it's fair to anybody that might want to purchase. I like to do that. And my first one is going to be a $20 start. Ooh. It's for this beautiful cobalt blue little vase. It is 4.5 inches tall. I think this would be beautiful with some chrysanthemums in it or some hydrangeas. You can put a couple in there with the stems cut a little shorter. And it is 6 inches wide across here. So it is a wider top. It is ruffled. I believe this is Viking or New Martinsville with this.
Yeah, I was wondering what that color.
Yeah. And it is cobalt. And of course, with the cobalt ore going towards the new electronic vehicles, the price of the cobalt ore is prohibitive from them doing the glass so much. So
yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, beautiful colorway.
I love that.
Cobalt blue. Yeah, I do too.
I mean, I love that. And yeah, that's a toss-up, Viking or Martinsville. I don't know.
Well, I think Viking bought the molds from New Martinsville.
Oh, there you go.
That's why I don't know. Okay,
yeah,
so
it's the angles, the kind of thumbprint, kind of Fostoria, that the indents is just barely showing, but I bet in person it's stunning.
Oh yeah, the thumbprints. If I go on the side, you can see them a bit more.
There you go. Yeah, that's sweet.
Okay. My second item is this Victorian Rose Cameo Milk Press Glass Decanter. And this is a $50 start.
Yeah.
And this is Fostoria Jenny Lind, 1955 to 1965, I believe. There's the stopper, and it's in great condition.
Wow.
Even the look of the stopper is just pretty.
That's incredible.
Oh, yeah. I love this piece. There's the base. And it does give like a very Victorian look to everything. It is 11 inches tall. So it is a larger piece. And the thing about milk glass is so great. It just goes with any other glass. It goes with wood. It can go with metals. But look at the blue with the white. Mm-hmm. Isn't that gorgeous? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you can do a red, white, and blue theme. You can do blue and white at, holiday time. I like the blues and whites for holiday, like Christmas time and stuff. But if anybody thinks about it later too, you can always email me and let me know. It's number 2, and it's $50. And yeah, you can look these up. They do go for a bit more than that, of course. I always like to try and give you guys a deal on here. And that's my 2.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that. And things like that, like the milk glass and
Mhm.
anything. It would go with ceramic. It would go with clear glass. It would, it works with everything. And I've never seen that. That was really beautiful, Becky.
Well, and people that like the ephemera, with this having the cameo on the front, would look wonderful with, some of that old style ephemera too.
Yep. And
Picture.
I'm thinking bathroom with bubble bath even. I mean,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Why not? So y'all think about it. You can always put it in the chat and get back to us, or yes, email later. So the first thing I'm going to bring is one of my smallest pieces, but it's small but mighty and sweet. And it is starting. Oh, I haven't. Okay, y'all. See? Here we go. I don't have a mod. I haven't been putting start prices in. I will do my best, friends. I will do my best. Sorry. And I'm not gonna I guess I can do this. There you go. Start 12. So it is this little white onyx fetish bear. The carving on this is very raw, very chunky, just really extraordinary. It reminds me of carved obsidian. It's hard to show all the little lines and cuts, but I know it's much older. The hand, the carving around it is almost like perfect for where your fingers go. Like, it's a fetish, right? Where you
like a worry stone.
Yep. I'm assuming, I'm making an assumption that it's Inuit, but I could be so wrong. It's very raw. It's very beautiful. It's very small.
It does look very similar to their pieces.
Does it? Yeah, that's how I feel. And it's just, see the cuts and the carving. And then there's the bottom. It doesn't have any nicks or cracks or any of that. This is the back. It's almost got like this sheen. And I'm saying onyx because it's got like a yellowing, but maybe it's a type of quartz or an agate. I'm not super great with stones. And this little guy is about 2.5 inches tall. Really little. And really little, but really mighty. And he starts at 12. Okay, that was my first little item. Let me get rid of this. And I will, see, I told you my brain was tired. I will do my best to remember to put the start prices both in the chat and on the screen for both Becky and I. Yeah. I've been spoiled by having some new friends come in all the time and mod for me without me asking, and even do spreadsheets. And so I've been, I kind of
could help a little too if you want.
That would be good if when it's your turn. No. When it's my turn. Next time when it's my turn, if you mod, and then when it's your turn, I will mod.
Okay. That works.
Lord, y'all, just my brain. I am here.
I totally forgot my last show until halfway through to even put it. So, yeah.
Good. So it's not just being tired.
No. Coming back off a vacation, it just didn't click.
Okay, good. Thank you for making me feel better, Becky. I appreciate it. So this starts at 18. And I have to say that I know that this is a very low price for this, but I got it at a good price. So I want to pass it along. It is, I cannot read exactly what that's supposed to say. Because it's Victorian, it's 1900s, 1910. It's celluloid. It's really fancy cursive. The crown reminds me of Gillette's crown, but this is a powder box, and the only thing I can think of that this says is like very class. I don't have a clue. If you all know, feel free to try to tell me. But what's nice about this, it's just pink celluloid all the way around. Here's the bottom. There's no damage at all. The top, the lid,
I had
is
that.
everything. You had this?
Yeah.
Do you know who it is?
I might
And
be
see,
able to.
there's the crown and that little symbol at the top again, right there. It's almost like a musical note, but I think it's a letter.
Oh, it's a brand.
Yes. So here's this lovely, like, goddess reclining in a hammock with the flowers all around. I don't know if her hand is just down or if she's picking a flower. Clearly, at one time, this had some kind of a more reddish paint that covered the whole thing. I'm actually quite happy that it's gone because it shows the details really well. Look at how gorgeous she is.
It's white shoulders.
Okay. All right. Well, and Lena said that. And thank you. That makes sense because
1950s.
the lid unscrews. So it's 50s. Okay. I bought this from a collector/hoarder's mother. And everything I bought was celluloid and Victorian. So this is the one that was it. Because look what's inside. White shoulder. Yeah. And it was filled with old powder. Not filled. It had like a fourth. And I threw it out and I washed it for you. Now, I did not wash the powder puff. But I was like, nobody wants that old, powder. So I got rid of it. But there's no damage. It screws on. And I just think it's gorgeous. How are you, Lena? Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. And I love the lady on it. I had never seen this before. But that makes sense. I kind of thought that powder puff was in there with the powder as like an after fact, right? Someone did it later. But now I know. So it's 4x4 wide. Dimensions are 4 by 2 inches tall without the lid. So with the lid, it's about 2.5 inches. And it starts at 18. Yeah, a lot of our moms, I think, wore that powder. That smell is, the minute I smelled it, I knew exactly what it was, Lena. Exactly what it was. Okay, so those were my two. Let me unhighlight this and bring Becky over.
Okay. So number 3, it's going to be a starting bid of $25. So, and it's going to be a choice, but they're Van Brickle pottery. And it's a triple cornucopia tulip vase. It's like this.
Wow.
And it has the BB on this one, Van Brickle. So I actually have 2. So it's a choice at $25 each.
Okay, let me put that in.
This one's a little whiter in color than the other one, just a touch. And
I wasn't looking. Can I? Oh, sorry, that's the wrong comment. Can I see again the difference in color?
The Van Brickle.
I see what you mean.
But they're both a matte finish. And they're both the triple cornucopia. And if you wanted both, I would do both at $45 if one person wanted both. But they're $25 each. Anybody knows Van Brickle pottery? This is a really good price for that.
I collect it. So I have a question. I've never seen this. So it's the triple cornucopia, but it looks like the middle can also be used. Yes or no?
Yes. Yes. Because see, it's blocked off.
Yep. Okay.
So it can be used too. And they call it the triple cornucopia or tulip vase.
Oh.
So because this shape is kind of a tulipy shape, that's the other thing they do call this.
Van Briggle is, the texture of Van Briggle is like nothing else. Nothing else.
And these are 4 3/4 inches tall.
Wow. Wow.
And I have to admit, when I first saw them sitting on the shelf, so I worked for pain doctors. So when I first saw this sitting on the shelf, it reminded me of a backbone.
Oh, yes.
So I
You're
was like,
fine.
what is that? But
Now,
when you turn it, no, it's definitely tulip and definitely cornucopia looking.
but I see it now. I see it now.
I was like, what is that?
That's funny. I've never seen these in the Van Briggle line. So I
hadn't either.
I don't think they're that common.
I don't think so either. And to find two, and they were out in the same booth. So I think the person was also a collector.
Yeah.
And that's
so
number 3.
I'm imagining putting one on each end of the table.
Uh-huh. Very much. And I think with a little bit of the something added in here, you could almost put a candle in the middle here and then flowers coming out the side.
You know what? I bet that was actually the purpose.
It might have been.
Is it a taper size? Because so often they do make like the flower frogs and other things where the candle goes in the middle and flowers on the side.
Well, the long candles that kind of have the end that kind of tapers in, that has the...
Oh, yes. Smaller.
Like it goes long candle, but then the end comes down and has lines going up it.
Yeah, and then it's smaller at the bottom.
Yeah, that's
1 inch or whatever. Oh, wow. How cool. You should take a picture with candles in it and some flowers and put it online.
Yeah.
Show people what it looks like.
Honestly, I have decided to finally go and do eBay. I haven't got it set up yet, but I'm working on it. Okay. So some of these things, if they don't sell here, are going to go there. I also do put things on my Whatnot shows. So, but I try to give, show you guys first. Give everybody a chance here first too. Yeah. So number 4 is also going to be a starting choice of $25, or if you want both, $45.
Okay, so it's still a choice.
Still a choice, still the same. So still good. So this is Henriette Quimper. It's Quimper pottery. And that's the Quimper on top. This is a lidded sugar. And it is 5 inches tall. It has Quimper on the bottom too. And this, I did notice a little bit of a scuff to the top right here. And a little tiny on the handle right there. And then the other item that I have is the little teapot that matches.
I have a question. I've never heard of Quimper. Is it an English line, Italian, American? Do you have any idea?
I believe it's an English line. It's got the crest on it.
Yeah. And probably maybe antique, turn of the century, do you think? It's just Quimper is such an old, like last name or manufacturer.
And this has a little bit like a rubbed edge right there on it. I know it goes for a lot more than what I'm asking for it.
Yeah.
And these do match very well.
I think they're beautiful. And now I'm looking it up. I'm like, what is this thing? What's
Well,
happening
you
here?
have to go down and the way they glaze
Ooh.
this too is like it's got a light blue over
It's
everything.
French.
French.
It's French. Yeah.
French. Okay, there we go. I was thinking English wasn't quite right, but I couldn't remember what it was.
Yeah, French. Hinro. You know Pierrot? It's like Hinro, Quimper.
Yeah.
Wow. Thanks for introducing me to this.
Oh, you're welcome. And I just love the colors in it are just so vibrant too. Look at like that lid.
Yeah, that's a much older piece. It's done so well.
Oh yeah, it is. And you know the insides are glazed. So you can put water in here, you know. If it's unglazed, you can't, but they're glazed.
Right.
So they were meant to be used. And there's the inside of the sugar.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I hadn't seen this type of thing, and then I saw it on Crazy Lamp Lady was picking it up.
Oh.
I was like, what in the world is that? And then I saw these pieces and I'm like, oh well, I'll pick it up too.
Yeah,
And online they do very well. Very well.
She's a great resource to know what to look for. I watch her just to see what to look for because she knows her stuff.
Right.
Those were really well loved. Those were handed down in someone's family for a long time, and they made them all the way over here.
Yeah. And then you know, $25 each or $45 for the pair is a great price.
It is.
And
see, I told you guys, Becky always brings great stuff.
That's my two.
Guys and gals. Okay. So thank you, Becky.
Thank you.
So yesterday, I on a whim went into one of my little local places thinking, you know, I don't think so. I'm not really looking for this stuff right now. But I walked through and I was like, snatch, 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 snatch. And I found two pieces, one of which I'm bringing today. It starts at 45. Oh, let me remove this from here. And Becky, you're going to do the mod now. Yep. Starts at 45. And I did not have time to look it up. But I know that I know because it's Roseville that it probably goes for quite a bit more. This is the larger one. I considered starting it at 60, but I'm not going to. I believe this is the Magnolia line. Becky, you know Roseville? Yes?
A little bit. I do have some. That might be Magnolia. I know they have so many flowers. I do have the book. But
oh, there you go.
I would have to take the book out and look.
I didn't look it up, but I know I have like pink magnolia trees, and this is very much a magnolia flower. And there is not a single ding or chip on this at all. It is genuine. I mean, I perused it very, very quickly, but I didn't, and I saw the prices. It's higher than what I'm starting it at, but I didn't do a deep dive into, you know, a whole bunch of stuff. So this side has one flower and a closed flower, and it has that green, and then this beautiful kind of like bubble natural texture they so often do. Yeah. And then this side has the two fully opened magnolia flowers. It's double handled. Here's the inside. Now I'll tell you a story about this in a minute. I couldn't believe it. And I practically yelled at the people at the store. I was like, what do you think you're doing? It's a Roseville, USA. And then it's 6 4-4, and I don't know the first part. I'm not familiar with their markings, like a JU or a UU. People who know their Roseville know exactly what this piece is. So when and it's a good size. I'll give you a measurement in a second. When I picked this up, it was on a shelf, and I picked it up and I turned it to look at the bottom because I was like, that's Roseville, but I want to make sure it's not a fake. And something clanged against the side, and I was like, oh my God, what's in there? They had a really old, very hefty, hurt your fingers to touch metal flower frog inside of here that was banging on the sides every time I moved it. And I went over and I said, take that out immediately, please, dear God. I'm gonna break this thing. Why? And why are you leaving that in there? You know,
probably came that way.
It probably did, but it was just gonna ruin it. So I have the metal flower frog. If someone wanted this and really wanted me to include it, it's very spiky. You can't touch it with your bare hands, but I would absolutely put it back in for you to use it as a bud vase. And I give you the measurements. It's just, it is dirty inside, like as if it was used for both a planter and or, you know, putting your flowers in. It's a really good size. It's so beautiful. If you know Roseville, you know. From handle to handle, it's a little over 8 inches. Without the handles, it's 6 inches. So it's a really good size. And it is 4 3/4 inches tall. So it's a really nice one, yo. And it's real Roseville because there's all those fakes. This has been around a while. And I also have a smaller size one I'll be bringing to another show. So think about it. And let me know, because this is so collectible and it gets snatched up really fast. I don't expect that I'll have this for more than a few sales. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just, and the greens and the browns with the magnolia flowers, the way Roseville does their stuff, it's very just earthy, if you will. Roseville has a very good way of presenting their stuff like that. Okay. So my next item starts at 18, please, Becky. And we all know what this is. It's an Acme Japan bug planter. It's a pixie. That's what they call them, with the crazy eyes. This one's wearing a magenta jacket. I have to say, I collect planters. Then I have brought this guy on and off for a period of about 5 months.
And change the banner.
Oh, my good Lord. Okay. I can do that.
Okay.
I can handle that. Maybe. So since I have brought this little guy and they are still so very collectible, 18 is, you know, a low bottom end price for me. If he does not sell this sale, because I collect planters, mostly the nursery planters that are just really extraordinary, but also some other ones, he's going in my collection. He will not be coming back after this sale. I'm keeping him. So there's the Japan, and there over here is the Acme.
Hi, Marianne.
I don't know, Hallmark. And this triangular right here, that's just something in the manufacturing and under the glaze. It is not a crack. You cannot feel it, and it is not on the inside at all. So it's not crack. It's more like the glaze or something. It's not breaking. It's not a fracture. If it was a fracture, I wouldn't be able to ask $18 for this. So he's just adorable, crazy-eyed little pixie. And this is the last time. So think about it carefully. He's got a purple big flower and his butt's up in the air. And He's either ready to party or he already has. I really can never fully decide. And these guys are about 4x4. Okay. Oh, Marianne. Hi. How's it going? Thanks for coming in. So that was my two. Let me pull Becky back over.
Okay. Just a minute. I got to put something on these and
oh, and how did I do that? I'm so sorry. But everyone say hi to Marianne. I highlighted her hello.
Okay. This number 5 is going to be a start of $25. And this is Northwood. Okay. This is the Grape and Gothic Arches, Marigold, Sugar and Creamer in a carnival glass. Beautiful marigold carnival glass. And the sugar is 4 inches tall. Beautiful shape.
That's pretty. I love that marigold color.
Well, and I like the Gothic arches with this.
Gothic arches.
Like 4¼ inches tall, just a little taller. In wonderful condition. It's Grape and Gothic Arches.
I really like that pattern, and marigold is my favorite unless it's the heavy oil slick carnival. Those two are my favorite.
Oh, I love the orange color, yes. And I like Northwood. I really like Northwood a lot. I think the quality of their glass is just so wonderful.
Yeah, Northwood is outstanding.
And if you think about it later, that's number 5 for $25 for the pair.
For the pair?
For both of them.
That's a great price.
Yes. Okay. My next item, number 6, is going to be a choice of flower for $15. $15 choice.
Choice 15?
15.
Okay.
And what these are is they're each about 20 inches long, and they're glass flowers.
Oh.
And this one's red with the clear. This is my favorite one. This is an orange slag glass flower.
Oh, wow.
A little bit of a bend to it. But they're all, like I say, very long. 20 inches. Trying to set that one down.
Carefully, yeah.
Yeah. We've got a blue.
Oh my Lord, look how gorgeous.
I found these at an estate sale in Oregon. And oh my gosh, did I have to go out far on a gravelly road. That estate sale. I was like, are we there yet? Well, there's another estate sale sign. I guess we're getting close.
That's how you would feel coming to my homestead. You would be like, where am I going? What? Wait a minute. I'm in the middle of nowhere.
And this one is amethyst, purple, and closed. This one does have a little boo-boo on right there, so I might discount this one to 13. But otherwise, they're 15 each, and that 15 is a good price for these.
Those are, oh my.
This one's a cobalt amethyst, a purple color, plum maybe. This one.
I've never seen this kind of quality in glass
Oh,
flowers with
these are
the
high quality.
yeah, with all the different color. Look at this. Every time I think I can't be more amazed, I'm like, what?
Yeah, and
Wow.
just the way that they would have had to have done these with the different colors. And I picked the ones that the stems were good. There was a couple that had shorter stems, but they had been broken. But these were really the best flowers of all of them. And then this one, it looks like it started out with a white glass, and then they coated it with a cobalt blue. So it's cased with the blue.
How tall are these? They're like just
20
average.
inches?
There's how big?
20 inches.
Get out.
They're all about 19 to 20 inches. And then, if you make like a little, get a couple of them, put them together in a bouquet.
I am sitting on my hands. These are perpetual flowers of blown glass that would just can be single, can lie down, can be in an entire thing in a grouping. These are gifts at Christmas time. These things are I've never seen. I'm used to glass flowers, but nothing like this.
I was tempted to leave them with my mom, and I asked her about them, and she goes, "Oh, they just get broken here." And I like, they really wouldn't, but
right.
Because where she would have put them, you wouldn't have. But she's trying to downsize her stuff, so I get it. That was her excuse.
Oh yes,
yeah. Because you would put it somewhere safe, like on a dresser or something like that. In a big flower vase, it would take a hefty vase too for them, with the 20-inch long.
Yep. Can you show each one just quickly again? Because that was a lot to take in, and they're just they're so stunning.
The orange slag glass. This one is like a blue that had been on a white, over white. So I think it's overlay or case. This one's amethyst purple. Got this blue, cobalt blue, with a little bit of white in there too.
Look at that.
And we've got red with the clear, very frilly look to it.
That reminds me of a poppy.
Yeah, a little bit. It does. It does. And then we've got this purple.
My goodness. Oh, Becky. Okay.
And then the last one, this blue with the white. So, yeah, they do. They look gorgeous, when you're putting them together.
Good Lord. They're just incredible.
Add a little orange in there. Wow. Yeah. I was just drawn to them.
Yeah. And you buy these now and squirrel them away, and you've got gifts, that are a perpetual gift, 5 or 6 flowers for 5 or 6 feet. That,
And they are going to take a little bit of a longer box, to ship, but I've shipped them before. I've had some before.
Yeah. Gorgeous. Thank you for showing them again. That was just.
And pool noodles work really well.
There you go.
Yep. Yeah.
Go to the dollar store.
Oh, yeah. Well,
and get
that's
the
full dollar store anymore, but yeah.
No, the $1.25 store or whatever.
Yeah. That's where I got a whole bunch of pool noodles. Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, thank you for looking. That was my 2 items, so to speak.
And for anyone who is just joining us, if you start at the beginning and fast forward through and you see an item that you are interested in, please drop it in the chat now. You don't have to wait till the speed round. and let us know you're interested, and we'll get to it, and we'll count it down, fair play, and it can be yours. Okay, you don't have to wait till the end. All right, so Becky, this item is going to start at $30. Please and thank you.
Okay.
And I've shown this a few times. Let's do it again. 1920s, 1930s, somewhere in there, maybe 1910s, but I think that's pushing it. Little box, beautiful hinge, celluloid, that thick, creamish white with the lines, celluloid. And then I always tend to open this upside down. Oh, I didn't this time. This is a collector's item. They go for up to $75 on eBay. That's the average. It is, why is it washing out? It is, okay, let me read it and then I'll show it to you. Milady Decolette, made in the USA, Gillette trademark. And then I can't read the bottom. I used to know what it says. Known the world over. Known the world over. All right. But they were pretty brand new at this point. And it is a red velvet. This is faded some. This is, of course, faded a little and a little bit of threads. But this is a razor set. This is the old-fashioned razors that my mom had when I was very little. All our grandmothers, great-grandmothers had them because there was no such thing as disposable razors. So, but you had to be very careful. So moms were always, you did not shave your legs till you were much older because you could rip your leg open with these things. Yeah. It was not a joke. So this fantastic gold box is where the razors would be. So you would have your Gillette razors in here. It has a little bit of wear, but overall it's in very, very good condition. I believe that this is kind of like a gold plate. Nowhere on it does it say anything like that, but I think it's a kind of a gold plate that's wearing off. This is the, and then people collect these and they just put them in their bathroom as a display. And I don't blame them. I'm actually considered going back to the old-fashioned razors and stop wasting so much resources. So this is the handle. And what happens is it comes apart in 3 parts. This is rough, so you can really get a good grip on it so you don't cut your leg off. And then it screws down onto the razor blade with the screws so it doesn't come apart. And it's about 2.5 inches long. And then this is the razor blade part. There it is, made in the USA Gillette. And it always has this, which protects you. Supposedly. Yes, supposedly. Yeah, Becky laughed like that. Right. And this is the screw in the middle that you screw the handle onto. And the others are just bumps. They're just hanging out. And this comes apart in 2 pieces. So you put the razor in the middle.
And the razors come with little holes on the side. So those bumps, when they go through, actually hold the razor in place.
Exactly. And I've said this before, just as a fun fact, several of the houses and apartments that I've lived in the Berkeley Bay Area used to have, before they were remodeled, the hole in the wall, either right by the medicine cabinet or in the medicine cabinet, that you dropped your used razor blade in, and they just went into the wall and lived there forever. That's how you dispose of your razor blades.
We didn't have that. We didn't have that.
That was a real thing. And I always thought, what the heck? Whoever thought that you just like pile them up inside your wall? But, as married to someone in the trades, who'd open the wall and just hundreds of old razor blades fall out when they're remodeling bathrooms. So it's just this. I mean, if you look it up online, you'll understand at $30 is a great price, and it's about 3x3, and it's just a lovely collectible item to have in
your. Well, in the case, that's hard to come by.
Yeah, no, this is actually a little bit rare. I'm not going to say rare, but a little bit rare. And the average is 75 on eBay. Believe it or not. So that was my first item, which I did not highlight the price because on the screen, because I'm, because that's just where I'm at today.
I'm sorry.
Well, so, we'll get there. It takes a village, and thankfully all of you know us, and you're going to be tolerant, hopefully. We're doing the best we can. So my next item starts at 10. I bought her a couple times, and I've been really surprised no one has bought her yet because she's just fascinating. She starts at 10. This is the outside. That light is still like just, I feel like I'm in a doctor's office or being interrogated by the police.
Well, now you can highlight it.
Okay. Thank you, Becky. Takes a village. My brain. Thank you.
Yeah, there's a lot of light back there.
I know, right? Okay. So I don't understand what's going on. It usually doesn't look like this. So let's see if I turn it off. I don't think it's going to matter a whole lot.
It's coming a lot out of the blinds, but that should help.
Oh, it's you know what? Thank you. That's what it is. Someone did this. This is never open. Okay. Now I can have my backlight. See, takes a village, Becky. Thank you. I don't know whoever. It's still a little whatever, but there we go.
Yeah, you probably don't need that light.
No, well, at this point, I'm just like, wow. So here is the very Art Deco kind of decoration. Unfortunately, it does not say the studio. I wish it did because that's always fun to check out. But that's just very Art Deco jewelry vibes going on. And then inside, and it's embossed through to the other side. And then here is this little girl. This little girl has a morning jet necklace on and some type of bracelet. I have no idea what, but that's definitely a mourning necklace, as in mourning, grieving someone. Mm-hmm. And her dress actually has a little, inset in it to put the necklace inside of it so it doesn't flop around, which I find fascinating. Her dress is some kind of white satiny or linen material, very fancy. And the thing about her, this photo, it's silverized. So as you turn it, she kind of goes in and out with this silver. Can you guys see that as I move it? See that?
That reminds me of a very old picture of my great Aunt Betty.
At what age or what year? Do you know?
I don't know. Would have been
turn of the century.
No, I was born. Yeah, I would say 1900s, 1920s.
Yep. That fits with what I learned about this. And I believe that the silverizing in there is not the Durago type, but the next step where they could actually get it onto paper. So it still had a lot of the silver chemical transmitting to the paper. And so I just think she's cool. And she's got that little, the short hair. She doesn't look really sad, but she doesn't look really happy. And the silver makes her really special. And the whole frame is about 6 inches. She doesn't come out. These are the type of things that were put together and they don't come apart. So those are my two, but yeah, I'm fascinated by the photography. That I'm fascinated. And I'm fascinated by how did they and why did they come up with making a dress where, we're tucking her necklace inside instead of it hanging free. I mean, there's a whole story there that is just like, I would love to know the answers. I never will. Or that's not true. Maybe I will. Maybe one day someone will come on and say, oh, blah, blah, blah. That happens.
Well, we used to put the necklace, you'd lift up the collar and put the necklace there, and then it'd be under the collar.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah. So my next item, number 7, is going to be a $65 start. And it is a lady head vase. She's got a black hat with a gray bow. And she's got pearls.
Oh.
And she is a NAPCO wear. I had to look it up in my book. She's C7495. She has a Doris Day look to her.
Mm-hmm.
And the pearls are original. And she is in great shape. The only thing that she has is, I believe there was a dangle to the earrings. So this metal piece would have had another pearl coming down from it. And I left them like I found them. And somebody could add pearls to that. But her paint is in great condition. Her eyelashes are in great condition. Everything about her.
The hair is multicolored. She's very well done.
She's 7.5 inches tall. And the inside is great condition.
Wow.
No cracks, no chips. And I think somebody had some of that green foam that they attached down there.
Floral foam.
Yeah, they must have used it for a planter.
That was so popular for so long. And just once you put it in, it's impossible.
Yeah. And her eyes look a little bit like they're a little blue.
Yeah.
Kind of bluish green. I don't know.
And she's even got lashes underneath her eyes, which I actually, I'm used to the big lashes on top, but not painted underneath.
Painted underneath.
Wow.
And then the ceramic lash, of course, over.
She is stunning and ready to go. She is ready. She wants to come party with you.
And that's number 7, 65. Maybe thinks about it later. Might want that one. Number 8 is going to be a $15 start for a horse. And this is not just any horse. It is a TY, but it is a Kentucky Derby official licensed Churchill Downs. So it has the licensing here.
Wow.
And it has its, of course, the TY tag.
Yeah.
And this is 132nd Kentucky Derby winner. And Barbaro looks like his name, number 8.
Wow.
Or her. I don't know if Barbaro was a filly or what. It sounds like a boy name to me.
I no idea about horses.
It's in great shape. It has no equipment for me to tell. So
no equipment.
Thank goodness, right?
It's whatever you want.
Oh, one of my first jobs was working in a stable, so with race horses.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
That's very interesting, Becky.
Yeah, and we had race horses.
Wow.
So, yeah. It was fun.
That's a really fun piece. And I bet I bet it's actually very collectible to the right person. There's a lot of horse people. There's a lot of horse people, and I bet there's a lot of horse people who would love to have that.
Yeah. Well, and I was in a show, and they were asking about Kentucky Derby horses.
Really
Yeah,
interesting.
they were looking for one, but I don't know if they were looking for the TY. I think they were looking for a different type, but that's still okay.
Mhm.
But it's 15, and yeah, they go for a good price. I did look them up,
I
and
believe that.
it's got more tags than a few of them had. It has the official tag. Some of
Yep.
them that was sold didn't even have the official tag. So,
Oh,
like,
so
okay,
it'll sell on eBay then, no problem.
yeah,
Because well, she's gonna be listing her stuff, starting listing her stuff on eBay. So pay attention.
yeah. I just have to
Don't wait too
figure
long.
out. It has questions like, how do you want to do this and how do you want to do that? And I'm like, I'm lost. And where does that show up when people see it? That's what they don't tell you. If you put this
Oh,
in, where does it show up when people see it? So I'll work with it a little bit.
that's interesting. Yeah, I've been selling on eBay for a long time, but I can't. I don't sell on eBay anymore.
Yeah.
Because I'm not with that kind of stock anymore, and I can't. It's too much. But I may have some answers, or I may not. And another really good resource is the nurse
Catherine
flippers.
Yes.
Yeah, the reseller on podcast YouTube thing on Tuesdays, and ask the
I
question.
watched that.
Yep.
I watched that.
They will be very, very helpful. I learned so much from her in my, like year and a half before I started doing YouTube. I just listened and asked questions. Okay, so this piece is going to start at $18, Miss Becky.
Okay.
And it does not have any maker's mark. So it clearly had a sticker. Because of the heavy gold enameling, I'm going with the 50s to 60s. But look at that. And it is in perfect condition. And I mean, this is just, there's gold underneath and then heavy gold lining enameled around it, like what is that called? Moriage. But this paint is like baked on enamel. It's on this. I'm assuming this is like a ginger jar type vase. Is that right?
No, the ginger jar would have a lid and would be shaped more in at the top.
Okay. So then
this was a vase.
So okay, just a vase. And it's blue with the white, and on the top it even has that very heavy Moriage design. Down the sides is just painted. It's not raised, but this is so thickly raised. I've never seen it applied so heavily. And the copper, gold, and blue, it's just outstanding. These little dots on the top and the bottom, they are raised. This is raised. It's just this that's just painted with the gold.
Right.
This down here, of course, is raised. It's just beautiful. It's got 4 panels. And yeah, no maker's mark. So not a clue. Not a clue. But it's obvious it's at least from the 50s, if not older. And I just don't have a clear, good way to date that. So when I can't date it to earlier, unless I know for sure, I default to 50s. But that doesn't, that's just the best I can do. And it's a decent size. I would call it medium. $18 for a piece like this, I think is a fair price. It is 5.5 inches tall. So yeah, medium. Because some of these can be pretty tiny. And 3.5 inches in diameter in the middle. with the opening, I mean, if that matters to you, about an inch. So if you were going to put flowers in it, which I mean, it's a vase, but I wouldn't put flowers in it. I would just display it on a shelf. Bathroom, again, would be lovely. Middle of the table, coffee table. It is just stunning with
I think
no damage.
feathers would look gorgeous in it too.
There you go. That works. So this is beautiful. And I don't know, I'm pretty sure that my my viewers that come all the time, and possibly some of the newer ones, know that I have moved up to bringing higher end items. I'm rarely bringing things that are lower end anymore, and because I don't list on eBay. And that's just the direction, that and the jewelry is where I'm moving into and where I feel comfortable. So it's gonna continue like this. I didn't highlight that. Okay, so my second, sorry. It's all right. My second item starts at 20. Becky, please.
Hey.
And it is, I brought her a few times and no one has loved on her in the same way I have yet, but I'm assuming someone will at some point. This is the original back. That tape is there for no particular reason that I could figure out. I took one piece off down there, except to stop this metal hinge from flapping around. But it doesn't matter because this doesn't open very easily. So this is glued onto the back. So it's confusing. I don't get it. It still stands up. It is celluloid cream cut out with these ridges. The front is made to look like it's in a photo album. That's celluloid on top of the cream. The entire thing is cut, etched like that by hand. It's very thick. And then it's got this incredible lady with what I've come to call a dress of many colors. It's multiple different materials. I have no idea. With her tiny little parasol and her little hat, she's a trip. She's got a corset. She's got a small bustle. The dress has a train. See the long train in the back? It's very, very fancy. It's definitively Victorian or right edging into the 1910s. She's got the long, ruffled, falling sleeves.
And the price is there for you to pin.
And that funny little hat. Come on. There you go. I just find it fascinating. I mean, did she hand make this dress? That's what I'm assuming. But maybe it was a high-end tailored dress. I don't know. But with the celluloid frame, which is quite large and still stands up on its own, and then this incredible picture inside of it, turn of the century, someone's going to come along one day and love it.
Yeah.
I've just never seen an outfit like this. I'm used to, it's just one color, black or white with maybe a little pinstriping or something, but it's just not this multiple dress of many colors.
Yeah, and don't you really wish that these were in color so we could see what the colors were back then?
Yes, I do. Because look at the train. I mean, so I kind of almost think this maybe is her wedding dress because it has the train. I don't know.
Could be. They didn't white wasn't made popular as a wedding dress until the Queen wore it.
Right. Well, this is, I mean, so many different colors. We don't know what the colors actually are. Right. Oh, yes. And white. Yeah, that's right. You have to wear white when you're pure and, all of that. Yep. Yeah. So she's fascinating. And she's, about 6.5 by 5. Really nice. Really interesting lady.
Yeah.
Really interesting lady. So that was my two this turn. I appreciate everyone who's coming and hanging out with us and watching today. Again, if you have seen something or you're coming in late and you're buzzing through and you're interested, please drop it in the chat before we do a very quick speed round. It makes it easier on everyone and lets us know you're interested. And I hope you're having a good day and you're not too hot because we're having such a heat wave here.
Okay, my next item, number 9, is going to be choice of Fenton vases.
Ooh.
Number 9, and it's $40 start. And the first one is a lily pattern. These are swung vases. This one's 10.5 inches tall. And it does have the Fenton imprint. It's a little hard to see, but it is right here. And this does glow.
Ooh.
So it is a big glower.
Wow.
Let's see if I can get it to even show. It shows so much more on my side, I think, than it does on your side, but
I know it's something weird about black light and coming through this video quality. It never shows to our friends in the same way it does at home. It's weird.
yeah, but this
is that the Burmese?
No, this is
I don't even
custard.
know what I'm talking about. Custard. There you go. Custard. Thank you.
Yeah. And so it has all these little fingers up here, and it has the water lily design, which is a different design than I normally see. Like the water lily there. And it's got some like vining going out on the feet. And this is 10.5 inches tall. That's the first choice. The second choice doesn't glow, but it is a cameo opalescent hobnail swung bud vase. And it has the label. And it also has an imprint on the very bottom in the middle. You can see it there. It's kind of hard to show, but it is a hobnail Fenton with the label.
And I have never seen that color wave.
It's 10 inches tall. Yeah, it's a cameo opalescent.
I've never seen that color wave ever.
Yeah, I hadn't seen it before either. And there's the little mouth.
Wow.
So this is 10 inches tall, and this is 10.5 inches tall.
Gorgeous, Becky. Look at you. Just bring in that stuff. My gosh, gorgeous.
Yeah. Ooh. That's number 9.
For a Fenton collector, y'all. Holler. Step right up.
Yeah, I'm going to put some in my whatnot show too, because I had some people asking. So
yeah,
so ready to go there, and they may
because I suspect that's half or 2/3 the price. Those were unusual. So
yeah,
yep. So this one,
number 10.
Oh, that's cool.
Would be $18 start. It's an ashtray. So this comes out. And what I notice on here is the backside does have a tiny chip right there, but you absolutely do not see it when it's down in the dish because it's on this side, so you don't see it. And then, of course, this is acrylic. And it does have a little bit of like little smudgies here and there. And there's, let's see, where's that one? Oh, right here. There's a little bit of a drip kind of right here, but it has a lighter here.
Oh yeah, that's an old lighter. Yeah.
And then there's cards and the poker chips and then the die. And it has a felted back.
Wow.
This is 12 inches wide. Let's get my face out of there.
Have you checked if it glows perchance?
It does with the
I
acrylic. It's really hard to show it though. Um, well, I
I
think maybe you can see it.
I see it. I see it. Yep. But yeah, I see it.
Yeah, it
That
does
is
glow.
so cool.
So yeah, and different. And I don't think it was used as an ashtray. It doesn't really appear to me that it was.
Mm-mm.
A lot of people are using the ashtrays for different things anyway.
Oh yeah.
So you could put it down, and heck, you could put some nuts in it or mints or whatever you wanted in it if you're having a little party. Or maybe you could stick something up in it. I don't know what you'd like to do, but
I love that. Imagine your man cave or your she cave, right? And you set that up on, the bar or on the MCM like weird like kidney shaped oval table, or that is a spectacular piece.
well, and you could put like a little frozen Charlotte standing up over here, when it's on there, or something kind of dressed like with a little hat, like it's going to play poker, by it.
A little dog figurines, like the dogs playing poker.
Yeah,
There's a lot you could do.
there's a
with
lot
that.
you could do with it, and you could put, like dice in here.
Oh, your game room. Okay, you know
Yeah,
how
or
people,
game
you
room.
don't just have he or she rooms, but you have the downstairs like family game room.
Right.
Yep.
So yeah,
There
you could
you
put
go.
dice in it,
Yep.
all kinds of stuff. Marbles. You like marbles around here?
Marbles. I've got marbles coming. Yeah, that would be actually a great marble display. The ones
Yeah.
that glow. That's a good idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's
Ding ding.
number 9.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Number 10. Oh, I got it
Yeah.
mixed up. Number 10 for $18.
There you go. Okay.
There we go. Now I'm back straightened out.
We're
And that's
doing pretty good, Becky.
I got vacation brain. What can I say?
I got no sleep brain.
Oh,
I think I fell asleep at
so much rather be in that temperature.
I think I fell asleep at 12:30 and woke up and went back to sleep at maybe 1 or something. And then the gardeners who have to do the yard all over again, whatever, showed up at 7 in the morning because we're in a heat wave here, and they're right outside my open window. And so I was like, oh God, okay, 6 hours sleep. I got a live sale. I got to run errands. I'm just getting up. So here I am. I'm up. It's just like
nap later.
Would really like to not be up. Okay, so this is starting at 25, and I think that's a smoking deal. This is one of those pieces that I'm having a hard time letting go of, but so we'll see.
A lot of those.
Yeah, we'll see what happens and how I feel about it.
Well, I bought a vase, a swung vase. That one up there. Well,
the red one.
Yeah, it's Amberina. It's Ellie Smith. And I bought it in the intent of selling it. And yeah, well, I think I'm going to be a vase fail.
Mm-hmm. My rule is 9 out, keep 1. So out of 10 items, I can keep 1. That kind of keeps the clutter and the hoarding and the collection smaller. You catch that?
Yeah, I have some huge ones in my bedroom.
So this is done in like the electric kind of drip glaze, except it's not drip glaze. It's this incredible magenta with electric purple. I want to get rid of the ring light so it doesn't do that.
Okay.
It
You can
is,
tint too.
it's still showing my computer, but the colors on this, I've never seen anything like this.
Looks like purples.
It is. It's a purples, electric blue, magenta, just falling in this like rainbow of swirls. I really wish the computer wasn't screwing up the whole. I mean, it's ceramic, but the glaze is so heavy and so shiny that it's mirroring. It's incredible. Here's, you see how they started it down there with just the red and then started pulling the purple.
Take it back closer to your head.
See, but then you don't see all the colors, do you?
Yeah, I can still see some of the color.
You do? Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
That's
right there.
You see it? Okay.
Yeah.
It's incredible. And it's a much older yellow clay, because you see how when pieces are older, so I'm going to date this, it's older, because what happens, this is not dirt. The yellow clay, after a period of time, starts leaching through the pottery if it's not super heavily glazed over top. And this was not. This was just pulled. So that's what that is. It's the leaching of the clay.
Okay.
Now,
you go ahead and pin it.
Oh, okay. That's always a good idea.
There you go.
And then, so, I talk about this a lot. There's the made in China, which is the new, Temu, knockoff 10-cent items that people try to sell as vintage. And then there's the very old collectible made in China with the actual symbols. Mm-hmm. And that is, someone could get a screenshot of that and put it into Google Translate, the characters, and we would know who manufactured it or what artist studio it came from, or, but I don't know. But I suspect, I really suspect this is much later than the 1950s. And there's people out there who collect this type of item. It's not very heavy, but it's heavy. It's a thick piece. See, there's the colors. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's incredible. It's right up my alley. And I think this sale it's $25, but it's probably going to go up in price in my sales, not down. It's very unique. And I will measure the height real quick, just in case anyone decides they're interested. Oops, that's metric, so I can't do it that way. It is 8 inches tall. It's it's a really good size. And it is about 5.5 inches in diameter. And it's ceramic, but the glaze is so heavy, it's like glass. It's a whole thing. It's just a whole thing. It's a beautiful thing. I loves it. Can you tell?
just a little.
It's just a little. Okay. Yeah. My dad has pillows on chairs everywhere, and I forget to remove them, and then I'm like stumbling around. Okay. So, my 10th item starts at 24. And it's something I've never had the privilege of finding, and I was flabbergasted. And 24. The reason it starts at 24 is twofold. Number one, it's a Blanco with its original sticker. Number 2, it's Amberina. Even though it's a mini, it's the Amberina one, and it's stunning. Again, this one was like, what? Should I get rid of this? What? It's
You can
gorgeous.
pin it too.
Yeah, I could fit it, Becky.
Good.
Thank you. I need more Beckys in my life. So it's got the clear, and then it's got, the yellow orange wave in here down at the bottom, and then that goes up into here with the bright red, just that typical Amberina. No damage. This was never used. It's not even dirty inside. Someone just bought this and just loved it. It is a miniature, so I'll measure it, but I'm thinking it's just about 6 inches tall.
Does it glow?
Well, that's a good question, Becky.
Well, Blanco does.
I've
never had an Amberina one of Blanco, so
I never even thought about it. And the answer is that the red on the top does.
Oh, yep.
Can you see that? The red on the top glows. Yep. It's a little hard to tell, but there it is. Yep.
Cadmium in it. Yep. There you go.
Yeah. So that dates it to much older, which I kind of thought it was. Oh, yeah. And down here.
Sometimes they have Blanco embossed and etched in the bottom, or embossed on the bottom.
Oh, well, that's the other thing. Hold on. Wait. So, actually, so even though it glows and it's cadmium, they're using an older formula because it has Blanco etched 2015. So it's only 9 years old. I'm having to do math now. I'm like, what? 9? So it's only 9 years old, but they still use the cadmium in it. Yeah. There's the, where'd it go? Let me find it, and then here you go. There it is. Blanco. And underneath over there, there it is.
Yeah, I can barely see it, but I can see it.
Yeah. So this is stunning. Let me tell you how tall. Did I tell you how tall it is already? No? Yes? Okay.
Give us an estimate, and then we got sidetracked, and you were about to measure it, I think.
Yep. 6 inches tall. And the one, like my mom has the cobalt blue one, I think it's only about 8 inches. So even though this is a miniature width-wise, it's only a couple inches shorter, I'm pretty sure, than the large size. And it's 4.5 inches wide. It's a beauty.
Complement any of the other colors.
Oh, yeah. It's beautiful. And to have, that engraved, have the original sticker. I mean, it's fantastic. So that's my 10th item, y'all. Think about it. Becky and I have brought some lovely, lovely goodies for you guys today, and we will do a quick speed round, but help us out and go through on a little chipmunk speed and let us know what you might be interested in now.
Okay. Number 11 is going to be a $50 start for a Fenton basket. So number 11 is this beautiful blue basket. This is a Charlton collection from 2002. It's blue with floral that's been painted by S. Stevens. It's hand painted. It is also signed by Bill Fenton.
Oh, wow.
So that's on the bottom. So you have Bill Fenton, and then you have the artist's signature. And it has the Charlton collection, and it has the year on it.
I don't think I spelled Charleston like a North Carolina. That might not be right. Sorry.
Yeah, there's no S, but it's okay.
Okay, that's what I figured.
This is
Bill Fenton signed it. So that right
Yes.
there says to me that at a Fenton show, this could sell for $250.
This is 9 inches tall and 7 inches wide. And beautiful handles. Got they call this a bambooing look to it when it's
thank
like
you.
that.
I didn't know that, so I just learned something. Thank you.
Beautifully painted. Look at all the detail in that paint. I mean, I love that.
Me too.
All that work.
That's a serious collectible piece. I mean, I've been watching like Rosie's auctions or whatever that is, and some other people like the crazy lamp lady when she goes to the glass shows.
Right.
And this kind of Fenton that is signed by the artist and one of the Fenton family members is crazy expensive.
Yeah, they've been really going after them.
Yep.
To try and grab them.
That is beautiful. I really like the soft blue.
Yeah, it's kind of a satiny blue.
Yeah.
It kind of feels satiny, this blue. It's a little deeper in color, I think, than it's showing on there because my phone.
No, I'm seeing it.
My phone shows it a little truer to color than.
Kind of like at the bottom, and then the handle is darker. Yes.
Okay. Yes.
I'm seeing that.
Okay, that's number 11.
Gorgeous.
Number 12 is going to be an $8 start.
Thank you for showing that, Becky.
Oh yeah. Well, you said you wanted a little higher end stuff, so
that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at, and I know that I'm going to lose some viewers because of that, but that's okay. That's okay.
This is a Moulay grater made in France.
Moulay.
It's an $8 start. With the red handle, this would be 1940s.
Yeah.
And it has USA patent numbers on it. And also patent pending numbers on it. So it's like a cheese grater.
Yep. I'm having a flashback memory of using this, which was maybe my mom got at a thrift store, maybe it was her mother's, to grate the Parmesan cheese for spaghetti. I'm serious. I remember doing this as a child, even though I was a child in the 60s.
This is something that I got in Oregon, Myrtle Creek, Oregon, which probably nobody knows where that is. But anyway, and I got it in an estate sale that I went way out. This is one of the things that I picked up.
I love that. I'm sure it's still functional because these were, made to last, and just the decor in your kitchen.
But before I used it, I would definitely give it a good cleaning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because it was on a farm, basically, in Oregon.
That makes sense. Family farm. There you go.
Yep. $8.
Beautiful.
Okay. That's two.
Okay. Thank you to everyone who's still here with us. So my first item is this very unusual. I brought it a couple times. Starts at 20. Won't go lower than that. It's a unique person who wants this, but I've sold out almost all of it. I think I have 2 pieces left, maybe 3, depending on if I want to get rid of one.
Okay. It's ready to pin.
It's
try to tell you before you start.
That needs to be a hashtag. Hashtag ready to pin. So this is a Victorian pyrography, and this one says his move. I've talked about this before. I'm assuming that means it's his move to propose to his lady. It's got this interesting symbolism on the table edge, and or I can't read it right, or I'm not reading it right, and that is the actual initials or name of these people. I don't know. Okay. It was deliberately cut like this, and it has this very old hook. Keys sounds good, right? Victorian pyrography is where you burn the wood, you paint the wood, you detail out everything, you etch the scene. So that's all etched, hand carved. You bump the wood out with this grain, and then you fill in the detail. So they're very detailed characters down to their hands and their clothing. You can even see him wearing a bow tie and her high collar. And then, and it's very, very collectible. What's more collectible even is the Flemish pyrography. I didn't know anything about this stuff until I bought this. And then the back is just the wood. It's very thin, doesn't weigh anything. They carved the edges. This is almost, to me, it looks to me like it was 3 layers put together. Do you see that? Glued together.
Oh, yeah.
And I got it at this yard sale from a woman whose mother collected all this stuff. And her and her 3 sisters had boxes and boxes that they kept. And then they had boxes and boxes that, they sold. And I see that gives a good angle to see the detail. So do a dive on Victorian pyrography. This is a very unusual because of this kind of statement here. And then whatever these symbols are, I don't know. And she even has a flower on the sleeve of her dress right there. Like a pansy. Very detailed. These are very cool, very fun, very collectible. And it's itsy. It's about probably 4 inches from hook to hook and 3 inches across. It's really fun, very unique, very eclectic collector's piece. Do a dive, look up Victorian pyrography, and you will understand, and maybe you'll get back to me and want it. Maybe not. Okay, so my second piece is made in 2020. It's more modern, but it's very cool. And it technically is vintage. But for me, I just think it fits in with the whole thing we do here. So I picked it up because I knew it wasn't actually vintage, like, from the 50s, but it's made in that style, and it's just so cool. It's this, so there's a bird, it's a mirror. There's a bird on top. This is brass because it's beginning to patina down there. See the green in there? And it is, this folds, this is just like this. It's that wide. And the mirror swings like the old swinging Victorian frames, picture frames.
So it angles.
Angles, yep. It's a big piece, so it's perfect. Look, you get to see all my little things over there. It's a perfect piece to add to your vanity, to put on your chest of drawers, to put with, a piece of glass in front.
What was your start price?
15. It probably weighs about a pound.
Okay.
It's very well put together.
There it is.
Even though it was made in China, that's a Chinese wood industry company. Date of production, January 9th, 2020. Ooh, just a little over a month before COVID. And then this is just like a it's not plywood, but it's that like a press board back to the mirror. And to me it's in vintage style. It's $15, and that's what it is. And I'll give you a measurement how tall it is. Let me pin it. Whoa, I have to go over here just for a second, even though I'll be done in a minute. I think it would complement all of your vintage stuff, even though it's modern vintage. It would complement. So from the top of the bird to the bottom of the stand is 12 inches, and it is from the ball hinge to the ball hinge 9 inches across. So it's a big size, and it's $15. And like I said, it will complement and add to your decor. So those were my two. There's Becky.
Okay. Number 13 is going to be a $45 start. Move over here. And it is
45?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm going to say it's in pulley style. It's 13 and a half inches tall.
Pretty.
It does have the top. It's a blue optic. And this is a darker one too. Then you can see the twist. And all that I looked up, the one I saw, of course, say in pulley, but wish they would mark their things, you know?
And it doesn't have, it's the same teal green as my Westmoreland piece. It doesn't have a Westmoreland.
No.
I don't know why it would. Just
no, no. This is teal, but it's really dark. It's darker than the Westmoreland one I have.
Okay.
Or I had. And
how many twists does it have?
3.
A lot. Yeah. That's hard to do with glass.
Yes. And it's 13 and a half inches tall. This would look great with, you know, the fairy lights in it.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could put some flowers coming out of it if you like, or feathers. Peacock feathers would look lovely in this. But I love feathers. But so much you can do with it.
Marbles, sea glass, matchbooks on a bar, the old matchbook ephemeras, business cards.
Or even just the light behind it. I'm with this optic.
Yeah.
It's just so lovely. And that edge is so typically in pulley.
Yeah. I don't think I'd really want to put anything inside of it because so the light shines through and you catch all of that. I don't think I'd want
I think I'd put fairy lights in it, if anything, just to enhance the color coming through.
Yep, I agree. That's stunning.
Yes.
I don't know where you find all this stuff, but wow, you know, I want to go shopping with you.
This was actually, I had somebody that was closing down their store. They had eBay and they were in the antique malls.
Oh, yeah.
And they were closing down their store. So I basically bought her stuff. And she was moving her house. So, you know, she was in the mood to get stuff moved out. And some of it I didn't even know what I bought.
You were just like, I'll take it.
I mean, I saw most of it and I'm like, yeah, okay. At the price you want, I'll take it.
Good job, Becky. And by the way, Becky, I love your fingernails. I love that color. I don't think I've ever seen you with manicured, polished nails like that. And it looks really good.
Oh, yeah. I used to have them on all the time. And then my nails kind of got where they weren't so great. So I was letting them grow out. Yeah. So, yeah, you typically probably haven't seen me on here very much with them, but typically, yeah. And I do a lot of I like a lot of the reds and stuff.
Yeah, me too. It's gorgeous.
Thank you. Number 14 is going to be a choice at $20. You get your choice. Okay, and they're going to be clutches, kiss lock clutches. So here's the first one.
Ooh.
And it's about 10 3/4 inches long and 4.5 inches across. Here's the back. This one is meant to fold, so you would hold it like this.
Ooh.
And then it has the nice kiss lock. And it does have, let's see, made in Hong Kong is down in here.
Mm-hmm.
You see if I can show you the tag's down here by the pocket, so you can kind of see the tag over here, but there's a pocket inside, and here's what the inside looks like. It's in pretty good shape for the satin.
It's in great shape. And these were the spine beadwork for a long time was coming out of Hong Kong on beaded purses. Yeah.
Yes.
And it's older Hong Kong. It's not like 1980s, 1990s.
Actually, I gave you the wrong dimensions. This is 9.5 inches tall and 8.25 inches wide. There we go. I was looking at the wrong line.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, and all of these beads are just so well done, even on the top. So that's your first choice. The second choice is this gold floral. This one's 10 3/4 inches wide and 4.5 inches long. It didn't make sense to me when I was saying it, but it does have the kiss lock. And this one on the inside says PB USA. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to show you where it says that. I wonder if this light will help. Aha.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
So it's made in USA. It's like a chocolate brown color inside.
This reminds me of my grandma.
Yeah. They both remind me of playing in my grandmother's closet when I was younger.
Yep.
It would be your choice.
Beautiful.
Two very different ways of making the clutches.
I took some of my grandmother's clutches like that, and I used to, I carried them when I was in my 20s. That was my purse.
Yeah.
People now just collect them and, display them because they're just, there's so much work.
Oh, yeah, they're so pretty. Okay, and that was my two.
It was. Good grief. Okay, we're getting down to our last 6 items. So we'll do a very quick speed round, very quick. But if anyone's come in and there's something you see at the beginning, please drop it in the chat now. Help us out, make it easier. Okay, so this is starts at 20. And it's something that, I bring a lot. I've shown it again. This is fantastic. It's meant to be like a bird cage. You can actually hang this. And they have the different birds. These are your parrots. These are your cockatoos. These are your budgies or cockatiels.
What was your start?
20. Right? Yes. And this is just all the little songbirds, finches, etc. And see, they're in a bird cage. There's a bird toy. There's their feeder down there. And the maker is It's made for Keller Charles of Philadelphia, made in Hong Kong. And inside, I'm not going to show them all. Takes way too much time. Is I believe it's about 40 vintage marbles. So it's like a huge twofer, and a lot of them glow.
Yeah.
You can hear all that noise. So sorry for that. Let's see if there's a way. I can't do it. There's a way. Is there a way? Here you
There.
go.
We see him.
Whoa.
Escapee.
So there's greens, there's blue, there's oranges, there's slag, there's ones that are, way back to the 20s and 30s. There's the ones that are just like the 50s and 60s. There is there's one that's much more modern. It's like a shiny little guy, but I think that's the only one like that in here. These kind of slag glass ones are awesome. These are typically the ones that glow. This would be the much older. It's more of like a heavy kind of clay glass. Hard to explain. Although this one has a couple chips out right there. To me, these are like miniature paperweights that are just fascinating. This is not an Aggie, but it's beginning to have that kind of thing. So the Aggies, if you will, here's like a really fun, it's like kind of like a circus ball. Different colors. Aggie, do I have an Aggie in here? I do.
And you can pin it if you want.
You could.
You could.
If I can.
If you can.
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I'm capable.
Got your hands full.
So, and then like this, the orange and the gray, green, white. And there's only in here, this one is older, tiny one.
And some of those glow too.
Oh yeah, a lot of them glow. It's just, I have found with the marbles, it's impossible to show. So I stopped trying. There's only, I think, oh, that's not it. I keep trying to get it without having the marbles go everywhere. I think there's only this one, what's called the Aggie, that started to be popular in the bags in the dime stores in the 1960s.
Yeah.
So for $20, you get the really cool tin that hangs, that you can do decor with, and 40 plus vintage marbles. Thank you, Dandy. We are bringing some flaming hot Cheetos, dang it, and nobody's biting, but we're having fun bringing it and showing it and talking to each other about it. So thank you for the prompt and the help and the shout out about that, Dandy. We're having fun. I'm playing with marbles.
It's show and tell.
I'm playing with my marbles. I haven't lost them all yet.
Good. Remember when you used to do show and tell as a kid? You got so excited because you were going to go up there and show what you got.
Yeah. That was, you know what? That was always the best time. You would plan for like a week and keep changing your mind and changing your mind. And you'd always be so excited. And then I can remember a couple times like showing something and none of the other kids cared. And you would be so sad.
Yeah, I liked rocks, so they didn't really care about my rocks.
Right. But to you, you're like, look at this rock. And everyone's like,
well, and my family was kind of on the poorer side, so your rocks were great. I didn't have some of the other fancy stuff that they brought.
No, I pick up rocks to this day all over my property and put them in my pockets and display them in my windows. And people think they're like, what's the big deal with that? And I'm like, it's California jade. This was a piece of obsidian that the Pomo Indians, blah, blah, blah. And people are like, yeah, whatever. And I'm like, no, you don't get it. Rocks are awesome.
They don't get it. They don't get it.
I have like geodes I can pick up. I know it's a geode. And I'm like, come on, people. What's wrong? They're beautiful. They're nature. So you collect rocks, Becky. I support you.
I like rocks. I've got too many. And in fact, when I went to my mom's in Oregon, she has this habit of, her husband did lapidary. His whole family did lapidary, which is cutting the rocks and slicing them and making them into jewelry and stuff. She was throwing the slices up on the bank of the hill. Just
no, she was like, I don't want this.
Like, so yeah, I found some abalone shells that she'd done that with, and I got some obsidian, and that was all I could grab while I was there. But I know there's so much more. Next time I'm gonna get more.
Oh heck yeah, go on a digging expedition, girl.
Yeah. And I'm like, and she keeps giving them away, and I'm like, no, don't give them away. Give them to me so I can sell them for you.
Yeah, 100%. Yep, I am a rock girl. Give me rocks and teeny tiny pine cones and little bits of seashells, and I'm happy.
Yeah,
bird feathers.
Make things with it all. Yeah, number 15 is going to be a $15 start. And it does have a little bit of a condition issue. There's just a couple of little beads missing, but these are gloves.
Ooh.
These are 100% nylon simplex, is what it says. Let's see if I can find the inside here and show you the stitching. And they're made in Hong Kong. The tags, they have a size 7.5 on them. So where the bead loss is a few like up here on the top. But they have some that are going down the side of the back, and I would simply reposition those to the front.
Oh yeah.
Edge.
Yeah.
So, and it's on that one glove there.
And doesn't that color wave match the folded clutch that you brought essentially?
It looks very similar.
It's not exactly the same, but it's it's close enough. Look at that.
Yeah.
Ooh, pretty.
And I did get them from the same estate sale. So I have these at 15. Then you can see how they have even the thumb is jointed.
Yeah, I was noticing that. And I was going to ask you.
That's a higher end.
Yes.
That's a higher end glove when they did that.
Is it cloth or suede or
cloth?
Okay.
Cloth. And it says nylon, 100% nylon. Simplex is what it says it is. And if you look inside, you can see the material.
Wow. Look at that stitch work. Wow. This kind of thing always reminds me of Downton Abbey and how the ladies would get dressed differently for lunch and then get dressed for dinner. And they always had those long gloves with the no sleeve dresses.
Well, and you can drape gloves like off.
That's beautiful.
With some pearls coming off, or
yep.
Like I could see this with, all kinds of different ways that you could display this, and then you'd have your pictures, with your fancy ladies dressed up.
You can use the little clips that you use for clothing bags and whatnot, and just put them over a tiny metal bar and hang the gloves like that, and then put it on the wall.
Oh yeah, or you could take almost like a kind of a little clothesline kind of look to it.
Heck yeah, that would be fun.
Okay, number 16 is going to be a choice at $25. So number 16, choice, $25. And do these first two. I'll show you. They're 11 3/4 inches tall. Got a couple different colorways. This was a lighter blue, and then this is the darker.
Mm.
They do have a nice edge. And this is
That is yummy.
This is more of a quilted pattern. And then the blue optic. This is a quilted and this is a blue optic. So these are 11 3/4 inches. The other two that I have are smaller in stature. These are also the quilted. So it would be your choice. This is 8.5 inches tall, and this one's 8 5/8 inches. So just a little bit, just a skosh taller than that. But they look very nice together too.
These are stunning. The color is just yummy, and it's perfect summer, but also tags right over into Christmas.
Yeah, I love my blues with Christmas. I can't help it. That's just me. And just the optic on this, you can put fairy lights in here. You could put a little elf peeking his head out of the top. Lots of ways you can find, put pearls coming off.
Ooh,
my mom
pearls.
One like this, and she hangs all of her earrings off the side, the ones with the little shepherd's hook. Yes. She hangs them off of here, and she puts her bracelets inside.
I love that. And I love just the idea of pearls or some other kind of beads just spilling, piled in and then spilling out and draped down. What a beautiful idea.
It's your choice. The shorter ones are 8.5 inches about. And then the taller ones are 11 3/4 inches.
If people don't buy these are going to sell on eBay fast or whatnot. These are incredible. Pretty much everything you brought is just incredible.
Yeah, the taller ones I don't really put on whatnot. I haven't really I'd have to put a specialty box for the height.
Oh, I see.
Because of the 12-inch box thing.
Oh, yeah. So it's an extra price to the consumer.
Yeah.
Or both.
To the consumer. And if I didn't do that, then they would charge me an upcharge on the shipping. Yeah. So I like to be fair to the customer too. I want to make sure and I think it's just better probably YouTube or eBay that I sell the taller pieces.
Yeah. So. I'm very surprised that none of this beautiful glass you brought today has sold, because I'm drooling and I'm just like, sit on your hands. You don't need it. No.
Well, I do that at so many sales. It's just, but because right now I need to be thinking about, I need to move.
Yep. Yeah.
Instead of buying, I need to be doing the other more selling. That's why I was going to wait until I moved to Oregon to start eBay. But then I'm like, no, I really need to start now.
No, you need to start now because you're making a big move. And like I said, I've switched up my business model because I'm thinking I'm building my business for, what isn't the very far future when, I'm not a caregiver. And I need that income. And so, and I don't downsizing and moving stuff and just, switching the model up.
Yeah. And I don't want to have to go back to doing medical coding, auditing, because this to me is so much less boring.
Yeah. You think?
Yeah, you sit in front of your computer, you can read notes about people and the stuff that's going on, and you can code it, and I can do that really quickly, but this is my joy.
Exactly.
That was for a long time, but
no, this is your passion. This is fun. The community is lovely. There's a chat. It's just
my mom collected, so I always, liked it from then, and
Yeah, it's a whole different thing. I mean, I could also go back to doing bookkeeping work as well as this, but I want to do this. I don't want to get back into crunching the numbers,
Yep.
documents, paper, yada yada yada. I could,
Yeah.
in theory, take my MSW therapist degree and go work for an agency, or get my own business, start something like life coaching, all that kind of thing. But that doesn't give me joy. This does. So I'm really hoping that I don't have to do all that. We shall see.
Yeah.
We shall see. So this starts at 30. I found this yesterday and I was flabbergasted.
And you can pin it.
I can pin it. Hashtag you can pin it. You're a big girl now, Lucinda.
Yay.
So it is. There is no sticker, but I absolutely know. I'm going to say this. 90% do I know. I've never found one in the wild, but 90% do I know, based on the perfect bola conte, the incredible smoothness, and the colorway, that this is a Murano piece. I just 90% of me is just screaming that I'm correct. So
That's a gorgeous color.
I
Do their
never.
reds glow?
Oh, I again, I haven't checked it. I've never found Murano ever. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, what? I was like, I found something in the wild? What's going on? Does it glow? It does not, because it's more of a purpley magenta red. I don't know how to explain it. But it does not. And it is okay. So if you just look at it like this, it's very dark purpley, but then you get it in the light, it has the light color, and that, because it's really kind of a two-tone, the way Murano does that. The Bola Conte bubbles are perfect. And obviously, to me, it's ridged. It was intended to be an ashtray. It's very heavy as well.
That's a sushi bowl.
There you see. There you go. It's keep your makeup brushes
in it. And put your little chopsticks in the divots.
It's 100% perfectly round, totally smooth pontal. See how even the bubbles are? It's just perfect. The only thing that this has is right there, and it looks huge and crazy on here, but it's very small and barely noticeable, is this little bit of a scratch. And, I don't know anything about if you can polish glass, if you can do anything with it, but I frankly don't think it matters. It looks horrible on the computer, but when you see it in person, it's just this really small little thing. And that's it. And it's, God, I would say this weighs, well, hold on. What the heck? I've been doing invoicing and shipping. Let's weigh it. It's right behind me. Turn on, zero out. I know you can do it. There you go. It weighs 1 pound, 6 ounces. So it's a beautiful piece of glass. $30.
Chunk.
Isn't that gorgeous? I thought I didn't think I'd ever find this in the wild, but I did. So there you go. And it's, I don't know, probably 4 inches in diameter by almost 2 inches, maybe 1.5 inches to 2 inches tall. Yep. I really have been finding great stuff lately. And now it is, I get one more. Okay. One more. These are, I start at 24 for the pair. Sorry, I have to reach them. These bigger things don't fit on the little tray next to me. The little cart don't fit. Not without like, dragging them out and risking breaking them. So these are made by Howard Pierce, who is a California potter, or was, I should say, was. He started in the late 1920s, and there's two of them. They feel very much like a Van Briggle. The texture is incredible. He was noted for being ahead of his time in animal figural sculpture work. I have no way of knowing. I think these are doves, but they could be pigeons. And I've been to his catalog. I couldn't find these exact ones. So I cannot tell you if they're from the 30s or the 40s or they're from the 60s, which is around when his work stopped, because I went to the catalogs that were online and I couldn't find them. They're just so, I can't explain it. There is a little bit of crazing, just a slight amount on the back because they're so old and they're very thin.
Like a dove to me with the eyes, but
dove. There you go. See?
I don't know.
See? And they're just cream and white. And then its partner stands up real tall like this. I love these. I think they're just incredible. And they are light, so light. I think that's why they have the crazing, like this one. Where is it? Is it this one? Yeah, this one has a crazing line that runs down the back, but you can also see that it was kind of sculpted in a way with those lines. And I think that the crazing is just following the lines in the piece itself because of the age. And it's not really, it's matte. It's a matte glaze. So over time, it's just so thin, and the matte glaze, it doesn't have a heavy overglaze, has just kind of worn a little. Howard Pierce. And this guy is, I don't know, about 7 inches tall. And then, see, they're just thin. And this guy is, I don't know, 3 inches tall. And they're friends. So it's together. It's, and I could pin it if I want, even though I'm almost done now. But that'll let people know later on the replay. I just think they're gorgeous. I think they're so, again, they could have been made in the late 30s or the 40s, but to me, they said he was way ahead of his time. To me, they scream MCM. And the brown is like speckled. Okay. Thank you for looking at those. Everyone who is here, I appreciate it. And those were my two. And we are on our last two, everyone.
Okay. Number 17 is going to be a $25 start. And it is for a Westmoreland pedestal bowl, beaded square cake stand, wedding box pedestal.
Pretty.
And it does have a ring of fire when I hold it up to the light.
Oh, I see it. I see it.
You see a bit. Yeah. So it is older glass. It does have the WG in the lid for Westmoreland glass. It's 7 3/4 inches tall. And it does have its original Westmoreland glass sticker right there. It says 1884-7, so I'm not sure what that means. Has an F, and it says 915 December.
Interesting.
Doesn't have a year on here, but That's in there. So it does have that sticker, which is not something I've normally seen.
Mm-mm.
So I think this was purchased at the Westmoreland Glass Factory.
It's beautiful. And again, that matches the purse and the gloves because it just has that same kind of coppery with the beaded. You got a whole look going there.
Yep. Well, you could just have these sitting across.
Yes, ma'am. With the purse at the bottom, ready to go on your vanity.
Yep. However you want to display stuff like that. Or, set it beside. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful lid.
It's stunning. And usually the paint, is worn off of these pieces.
Yeah.
So someone took excellent care of that.
Yes, they did.
Love it. Love it. Yeah, that's a special one.
Even on the bottom, got that gold looking paint.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
And
man, it's a good thing I don't have a big house.
Well, and with stuff like this, my mom would use it to stick jewelry inside. And off the top right here, she would probably hang some pearls or some bracelets. It's just what my mom does with stuff. Okay, number 18 is going to be a $20 start.
Okay.
18, $20 start, and it's Weller pottery. So
Weller.
Ooh. Ceramic cornucopia. It is 6 inches tall. This is such a beautiful blue, too.
It is. That's beautiful. I collect Weller. That's a great piece.
Oh, see, I'm going.
Right. Yep. StreamYard. I can't deal with StreamYard. It's always sideways, something like.
And it does have the Weller.
Weller to me is not the same as Van Briggle, but it's close in the smoothness. The butter, that butter feel, just like those birds, that butter feel.
And right here, it does have a little manufacturing bump on it, and it's missing some of the blue on it, but it's honestly under the glaze.
That was just a manufacturing thing.
But that happens on a lot of these pieces.
Yep. We forgive it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but I do like to mention if I see anything.
I like the shape of the mouth.
Yeah, and that's number 18 for $20.
Okay.
And that's my last two.
Okay. Well, I will do my last two. And if anyone is here at the end, we can do a speed round or we can decide not to. Up to us. I think we should, but we're also been really clear with what's there. So we'll talk about it in a minute. So this starts at 10. These are two of my less expensive items at the end, just in case anyone's here and, really wants these items, but, couldn't afford to buy a lot. So this starts at 10. And it is just an adorable, made in Japan, 1950s, 1960s, porcelain bulldog figurine. $10. This black here is just an overspray of the paint.
Yay! She got it.
I did it. I finally got it. Look at his face. He's got a great little mug. They're always really, these Japan figurines are always so detailed. They really look like the real animal, the real figure. The muscles, the way they paint it. the way bulldogs have like the wrinkles in their neck, the little ears. They do a really good job.
Yeah.
So here he is. He's $10. He would love to come home with you. Just a little guy with his tail up. He's proud, taking a walk. Made in Japan. Okay. And my last item of this sale is, quite frankly, I do not know if it's vintage or if it's modern. And there's no maker's mark. But I thought that the set was great. The colors are great. Oh, wait. No, screw that. I'm not bringing that. How did I not? Wait. What did I do? I did something very weird. Hold on. You know, hold on, everyone. 1, 2, 3, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So one of these turns, I must have only showed one item because I marked off that I showed something that I never showed. So that's really weird.
Huh.
And I just counted again, and it's exactly 18. So one of these, I only showed one item.
I don't remember you only showing one.
I know, me neither. But I have not shown this, and I just showed the bulldog, and it's a total of 18. So I'm going to show the other two because this thing, before I show the last thing that doesn't really matter, because this thing, well, okay, I got into the thing that it's not that it doesn't matter. It's just not super exciting, high-end vintage. So it starts at 14 for all of them. Okay. And then I'll show the item I did not show that. It's so fantastic. So
Okay.
they're brand new.
You can pin it.
I can pin it. I can do it. There you go.
Did it.
These are brand new. And see, this could very easily be new, but it could also be vintage. But there's no maker's mark on the box. They packed things like this a long, long time ago in the 60s and beyond to ship, and then they pack them this way now. So there's no way of knowing. They are these very delightful, tiny, like little ceramic, teal green with grays, espresso or tiny teacups. They're beautifully glazed. I really like the handles. Yeah. And they're just, here you go, right? They're tiny. They remind me of espresso, but they could be very small tea. And there's 6 of them. And I think the color wave is great. They're never been used. Obviously, they're in the box. Not Celadon. They're not Celadon. And this handle says to me that they're older, but it could be a repop. I don't know. And there's 6 of them starting at 14, y'all, because I don't know anything about it. They're in this box. And like I said, packing like this in the thin boxes has been being done for a long time, but it's done now. So I have no idea. Did it come from a warehouse? Did it come from a store that was closing up recently? I don't know, but I saw it. It was a good price, and I thought, someone might want these cups. So there you go. Now, I'm going to show the last piece that I almost completely forgot about. And other than a couple of the other pieces I brought, it's like a star of the show. So I'm not going to forget that. This is starting at $28. It is Darville, California pottery. I just picked this up yesterday. It's outstanding. So here is the Darville, Los Angeles, California pottery. It is a wall pocket. That is where you hang it. There's no damage. There's one tiny scuff. Look at this thing. When I turn it around, you're going to be like, what? Look at this. It's incredible. It's meant to be a wicker hat with decorated with cherries with the ribbon. The only thing that's missing is, I always do this, I'm in StreamYard, see, I can't, is this one spot. There's one tiny little tiny place where the glaze isn't on. Look at these cherries. Here's the wall pocket. It's never been used. The hat is wavery. The brim is deliberately like concave and wavery, like a real wicker hat brim that had been being worn for a while would be. For people who collect California pottery, this is, and I collect California pottery, this is a unique, incredible, very well made item. Those cherries date it to like the early 40s. Look at that.
Yep.
Right before the war put these places out of business. Just gorgeous. And it might as well have some humor in here.
I think you should save it to wear. That looks cute.
Hello, everyone. Let me tell you how big it is across. It's a good size. I'm in love with this. I'm not exactly sure why I'm selling it. And again, it may wind up not getting sold if it's not claimed. It is about 10 inches in diameter, and the wall pocket itself is 4 inches in diameter. So it's a really good size, and it's lightweight. Look at it. Isn't that great? And I didn't pin. Good Lord, let's pin it, because that way people know when they watch on the replay. Look at that.
I was too busy watching you wear it as a hat. And
well, it is. I mean, it works.
It's cute. Very cute.
I could go out to a party. I'm very jaunty. So that was all 18 of mine and all 18 of Becky's. And I want to ask Becky if you want to bring all 18 pieces back for a speed round.
Well, let's ask the chat if there's anybody here that missed the items would like a recap.
Thank you.
Because I see there's 7 in chat. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, that's a very good idea. So chat, what say you? I've seen people been coming in and out the whole show, which is, that I do it too. Sometimes, other times I'm just there for the whole thing. It's a dinner time, but also middle of the day for people in the Pacific or Central time zone. It's near the 4th of July, so a lot of people are traveling. I saw a lot of people buying groceries and packing their car up today, and the streets were really empty. People were like, they were leaving for the 4th. So is anyone out there just come in and have any desire for us to go through all of our items? We didn't sell anything, so each of us have 18. Or an easier thing would be if you take a couple minutes and put it on time 2 times in your little wheel setting and through and say, I'd like to see that item. And we are happy to accommodate.
Yeah.
But we need someone that's in here to say something in the chat to us. So talk to me, you guys. Talk to Becky. You could talk to Becky if you don't want to talk to me.
Well, and it might be just like Dandy. They have us on while they're doing other things, and that's perfectly fine.
It is. It totally is.
And you can always go back and watch on the replay.
Yep.
And if there's anything that you see, you can let us know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm thinking there's not really anybody saying they want to see a replay.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I think we're good.
And it like I said, people are, they can be listening while they're in the car traveling to wherever they're celebrating a 4-day weekend. because since
Oh,
4th of
yeah.
July is tomorrow, it's a 4-day weekend for a lot of people.
I'm working the whole weekend.
There you go. Well,
I
I'll
did
be on
that to myself.
Friday. Yep. I'll be on Friday. And I will be all day tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow it's a 4th. No, I've got to go out and see my daughter. But in between that, I'll be in here by 10 in the morning, which is early for me. Invoicing, packing. And because it's during this 4-day holiday, I suspect a lot of the invoices are going to get caught in a lag, and that's okay. That's okay.
I'm going to be invoicing too, but I always do invoicing, and if somebody wants to go ahead and pay the invoice, but have me hold the box to add maybe a few more things for my next couple of shows, I always will do that. But I like that they pay the invoice and tell me, in a message that they want me to hold it. Otherwise, I don't know, and I just send it right on out to them.
Oh, yeah. See, that's where I just tell people. So that's what Becky will do for you. And that's how she does it. I straight up hold things for 2 to 3 weeks until people have come in and have enough items, that you're saving on shipping. It saves me time to not invoice, and then, packing. But it also really saves you on shipping. And shipping is, they just raised the prices again. USPS just raised the prices again. I think the beginning of July, right?
Yeah, July 1st. But from what I've heard, it's not really bad. It's the priority may have been hit more than Ground Advantage for some reason. Yeah. But there've been a couple that have already started invoicing, and they said the rate hike wasn't really that bad. They're supposed to do another raise again, I think about mid-July. So we'll see what that brings about, or adjust something then.
Okay.
But I think that was to media mail and something
else.
Yes.
Yep. A little bit to media mail, a little bit to media, ground, and priority. But really, pirate ship sent out the notice. It's not that huge. And when we use pirate ship, we're still saving a third, so it's not that big a deal. No, it's nothing to panic about. It's not like, oh my God, it's $2 more now, no.
Yeah, no.
It's like 50 cents or, 34 cents or whatever. It's not a lot.
Not that bad at all.
So I will let Becky tell you about, she did in the beginning. We'll do it at the end. Her next few sales coming up. She already told you how she's going to invoice. And then I will tell you about mine. And then we'll tell everyone to have a fabulous 4th and carry on.
Yeah, and my next show is actually tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Pacific time on my channel. And I'm doing Thursdays on my YouTube channel, 7 p.m. I decided to go back an hour. I was doing it at 8 p.m., but I thought, 7 p.m. might be a little better for some of those, Eastern time, because that's like 3 hours difference.
Is that 7? When you say 7 p.m., are you saying Pacific or Eastern?
Pacific.
Oh, so you really mean 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m.
Yeah, 7 p.m. Pacific.
Okay.
Because it's 10 p.m. Eastern.
Wow.
So a few people, it was getting a little late for some people. So I'm going to try that and see how that goes. So that's on Thursdays. I have Saturday with Aaron Proctor and Anitra. Aaron Proctor, the ephemera guy, 3 p.m. Pacific time, Saturday. And I have a lot of ephemera that I show then. But we do mix in other things. And Anitra sometimes will bring, or Aaron will bring a bag of jewelry, different pins, different things. And then Friday at 8 p.m. Pacific time, I'm going to have a Whatnot show. And Mondays at 8 p.m. Pacific time is my regular day for Whatnot shows. So I've got all that going on. And that's what's coming up.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Becky.
Yeah. Well, I've got to get ready to move though. So,
so
I'm not moving.
Are you planning on moving?
I'm not even looking till it's cooler. I'm not moving in the heat of summer. I'm not.
No.
It's 110 plus
in the desert, girl. No. Not unless you can like pay other people to do everything.
Oh,
No.
yeah, no.
And that's
And
you have
that's
to have a
pricey.
lot of money to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so Becky has a lot coming up. So I just dropped in the chat a little message, and please give this a thumbs up. That always helps the algorithm. Also, I would appreciate that.
And if you could comment after too, I will put my email in the comments.
Yes, comments help as well. So my next sale is Friday, my vintage jewelry show and tell, which I just have a blast with. It's a totally different format. It's fun. It's casual. Bring a drink, bring your dinner. I just play. We have a good time. It's not like a real set in stone, formatted, listed out thing. It's educational. It's truly my jam. And then I'll be invoicing tomorrow and Saturday to get all the last 3 weeks out and packed. And then I will be gone Sunday, July 7th through to the following week. I'll be gone all next week. I will have no sales. I will be away at a vacation retreat. I'm loving every minute.
Fun.
Yeah, I'm going to love every minute of it. So then the following week, will be Wednesday's Vintage Vendors. I'm assuming that Miss Karen Chase will be on with me. And then Friday's Vintage Show and Tell Jewelry and some cool contemporary, some antique pieces. And I had to bow out of July 20th with Sandy and Otto, Trisha, and Karen, because I have a neighbor's barn party, and I decided that I wanted to do more self-care and go to that because I missed her Grange dance hootenanny already this year. She's 90. So there's not that many more opportunities to party and dance with this lady. So I want a 90-year-old. She dances all night long. She beats me. Wow. She is so much fun. But there is a pending sale in, I think, the August 17th with Trisha. And then, I play a lot with Dandy and other people. And, it'll all happen. It's all there. It's all good. That's what I've got. So everyone have a fantastic and safe, please God, with the heat wave and the wildfires that are already happening. Oroville, California is getting decimated here. Be safe with your fireworks. Don't be stupid. Be aware that there are pets that hate it. There are people that hate it. So have a good time, but don't be rude. Okay.
They're all around us.
That's my sage advice.
I'm so glad my dogs aren't affected. They don't care.
Yeah. No, my animals hate it. And people hate it. Think of vets who've been to the wars. And then now there's this boom, boom, boom. I mean, it's a thing. It's not all just fun and games. And I know they're beautiful. I love them. They're so pretty. But even I don't like the noise. It scares me. My heart kind of goes boop, boop. So
yeah, it's too bad they couldn't come up with something that is just
silent
as pretty.
Fireworks.
Not as noisy.
Maybe a light show.
What
about just a laser light show?
Oh, those are cool. I've seen those done.
Better.
Laser light show and a movie in the park.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
I'll be there. Okay, Becky. Well, I had an awesome time. Thank you, everyone who joined us today. I appreciate it more than you know. Love you, everyone. Oh, those flowers. Stop it with those flowers. God, love them. Happy Independence Day, everyone.
Flowers instead of
celebrate, but simply. Yep. Okay. All right. We're going to say goodbye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.